Stop. Collaborate. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it. It was so tempting.
It was. It's good.
Don't buy that custom shop just yet.
Don't do it.
The Fender, the Gibson custom shop, the
You
PRS private stock.
don't need it.
You might not ever need it. You don't have to. It's now you might think, what has gone on?
Where have Jonathan and Baxter gone? Who are these strange
Who
creatures?
suck their brains out? Just buy the cheapest thing ever. No, but like sometimes we have people come in from all walks of life. Usually of a certain economic ability that can buy a custom shop. It's an expensive guitar of any of these brands we just mentioned, or a boutique like an Echo Park, or any of the Novos and whatnots. These cost a lot of money. Or the Bankers. I played some of those the other day. That was
Were they awesome?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, the one with P90 in it. Yeah. What was happening? P90s are great.
Yeah,
anyway, you don't always need one. You don't need to spend that much money. It's what you can do is find where you know what you're looking for and sort of sit in that level a little bit. It's how do you explain that? Like, I've had people come in be like, I want to get a great acoustic guitar, and they go right to the 814 CEs from Taylor, and which is a great acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
But should you be spending, $3,700, $3,800 on your first guitar?
Because the 314 is also an amazing guitar.
You might not know. You might not know what you're looking for.
You might not, right?
You don't, because I've had guys come in to look at custom shops that they really know. They might not know the playing part of it, but they haven't played them yet before, or they haven't played enough. Like this is pure beginners we're usually talking about.
Well, there was a time in my life when I picked up a Gibson, and I thought, ugh, why do people like these? I didn't like the neck. I didn't like the feel. I didn't like the smaller.
I remember talking about this
string length.
Yeah.
I mean, because I played Fenders all my life, and in my brain, I was gonna graduate to a Les Paul one day and be like Jimmy Page or Joe Walsh or whatever. And when I finally got my hands on one after years of playing Fenders and Squires and Fender scaling things, I didn't love it. Now I love Gibsons now, but it took me a while to realize, to appreciate the differences, to know what they're supposed to feel about. That's
appreciate the differences.
Yes.
To know the nuance. Because if you start off with a banger, let's say Fender Custom Shop is your first guitar, you really don't know what other pickups sound like and what other wood combinations sound like to get to that point necessarily.
I mean, because I know there were points in my playing arc where I would have enjoyed my little Squire really thin modern C-neck more than I probably like the necks on all the Fender Custom Shops that I love now.
The big monster.
I just didn't realize it, right?
Well, yeah, your playing levels ratchet up as you go along the curve, and your knowledge levels.
Yes.
I didn't understand a lot of things about a fine amp. Back in my younger days, the more bells and whistles the amp had, the better it was. Now the less knobs, the better.
How much will it saturate, and does it have delay and chorus build it?
I literally play a 5-watt Gibson amp with a volume.
With nothing, yeah.
And that's one of my favorite amps to play through. Or I love that super reverb I'm playing a lot of lately. That's 67, I believe.
God, that's a good amp.
And I don't even put it at breakup. It just sounds great though, because I know that nuanced, clean sound, that wind cries merry. Whatever people do this. I feel so unnatural. It's I feel like a swan is kissing me in reverse.
It's very awkward right now.
And I was waving to a friend off camera earlier when I was waving. He just showed up. He's in the control room behind.
You might see him later on the video.
Yeah, so behind the camera, there's actually another room with glass walls. There's a studio back there where people can look in and wave and point at us like animals.
We're in the zoo. It's true.
That's what it feels like.
A menagerie.
There's it's like Fox News. People are watching outside, hey. But there's usually just pale guys that are staring. There's never anybody that we're gonna that excited to see. Just kidding. Always excited.
Absolutely not.
No, it is. It's but don't get me wrong. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't look for the highest level of quality that you can afford for your first or starter guitar. Now, when you're entering in the guitar world, and you're, let's say, your first electric guitar player, and you have the resources to buy a nice guitar, an American Professional 2. Wonderful. I would skip all the other stuff and go straight to that if I was
if you can
financially. I think the Player Series is phenomenal, but we were just playing those Pro 2s.
I think the Venteras are pretty awesome. There's so many good choices, and that's what we're saying is, there's gonna be points in your guitar playing life where you might not really appreciate the difference in some of these, the finer, small things, because they're subtle, and you probably notice them as a player more than someone listening is going to notice.
Now, as a collector, it's an entirely different subject.
That's right.
Or if someone who just wants to appreciate the fine workmanship, beauty, and craftsmanship, then you're going down different wheelhouses. Like, hey, I want to have this beautiful piece of art that is also a guitar.
Yes.
And you have the financial abilities. I say
Do
jump
it.
in with both feet. You know, if you're just doing it just to get like the playing machine just for that ability, think a little bit before and talk to us or talk to your local shop that you have a good relationship and trust with, that you know is not just trying to push you product.
Yeah.
And like I hate when like people refer to guitars like that.
I know.
And we've been doing this for years, and I still don't like. Oh, when I hear like people in the SKU and the product just try they're guitars.
Well, I think
Not
I don't know.
shirts.
One of the things I think that we do well, and I'm sure there's lots of things that we don't. So I really do think we try to find the guitar for people that makes sense and fits them. Right? We're not trying to push everyone to buy a custom shop. We try to figure out what's going to make you happy, what's going to fit your needs, what you need, what you want, and
More often than
steer
not,
you in that direction.
when we have like a guitar
know?
in that sort of sub $2,000 range, like I am steering them towards a less expensive guitar and a nicer amplifier.
yes,
When they're trying to like,
of course.
almost 90% of the time, I'm like, hey, listen, there's this classic vibe that is great. Great. I know it doesn't say Fender on the headstock like you want it to necessarily, but this, if you can afford this amplifier,
That's
like,
going to make your life so much better.
that you will
and
not
happier.
have to ever upgrade. Like a deluxe
Yeah.
reverb,
Done.
you're done. You know, if you want to get a twin, don't get a twin if you're a gigging guy or you ever plan on gigging. Get a twin to sit in your studio, your office. One of the best sounding amps ever built.
They do sound amazing. They are very heavy. They're
It's,
very loud. They're very clean.
I think it's maybe I used a deluxe reverb for a lot of my working career, but I'd say the twin might sound better.
well,
it's,
two speakers a lot of times in the room does sound better.
Well, it just has this like it has that softness, that gumminess.
Right.
There's a little more glass in a deluxe reverb, but I used a deluxe reverb for a lot more in my working career.
Well, and
and
it
it's
goes
not
back
more
to that
expensive.
idea that, sometimes live with a band, different things sound.
When it goes back to the idea, the right tool for the job.
That's right.
It was lighter, and it broke up sooner.
Yeah.
If I knew that, because you can never run those things. But anyway, so it's not about just like, don't think you got to go to the cheapest one. Don't think you got to go to the most expensive thing. Sometimes it might fit right there, that Goldilocks area for your first guitar, or that guitar you're looking for, even if
Or
it's
your
not.
fifth guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Don't get me wrong. Once you're ready to take that plunge in the custom shop,
There's nothing better. It's amazing.
it's awesome. I'm looking at one right below the camera right now that I can't wait to get my hands on. It's like right below the camera.
It's true.
It's green. Sherwood green to be precise. Not faded either, just Sherwood freaking green.
And you might catch the sickness where you just want like 20 custom shops.
I mean, I do. Like, I'm still waiting to order that one from Vincent with my Maggie and Nessie on it.
God.
And if you're watching this too, don't forget our contest. The old Lunar Ice behind us somewhere in there. We're giving that away. Don't get shocked by the scammers out there or tricked by them. There's scammers on every giveaway right now on YouTube. We've already reported them, getting deleted left and right. It's a WhatsApp thing. We don't do that stuff. We're too old and confused. And the Great American Guitar Builder's out there too if you're interested in the next one. So just check out our website for that.
Yes, it's
That's
all
all-
the
that's all
info is there.
But that's
Bam.
all I got, man. That's all I got on this thing right now. Are we
you go.
pretty good there?
I think we're pretty
You
good.
feel pretty good?
We've thoroughly talked through it.
And we're like custom shop, worshipers.
We are lovers of the custom shop.
That sounds gross because it's all scary men that work there.
It's okay.
At all these places, unfortunately, there's a few beautiful ladies, but it's mostly just like pale, strangely confused men that probably need to get outside more and eat vegetables.
Don't do that because then you wouldn't be building the best guitars ever, and we'd be sad.
I know.
Vegetables, maybe.
I was just thinking, I was like, man, I can't wait to go to California and play some epic, Warhammer 40K with Ron Thorne, though. Who wants to see that on camera? Like a tabletop game with Baxter and Ron, or maybe it's even chess. That's a tabletop game, right?
Yeah.
But I'd rather play something with cards and like Pokemon.
Do you play a lot of chess?
Not a lot. I can play. I used to play as a
How
kid.
you and I never played chess?
Yeah, we can do it
Play
sometime.
chess one day.
My kid's gotten pretty good at it.
Yeah. My kids are horrible at it. Yeah.
I mean, that kind of sort of obvious.
Yeah.
That was fun to say. It's weird that we can insult each other's children. So, yeah, mine are horrible too. And I was awake at 2 o'clock this morning, so who knows? Anyway, take us home, Johnny.
There you go. Hit like and subscribe if you have not already. Click that bell. Don't forget to go check out the video with the Lunar Ice so you got a chance to win. Answer the secret question. Check out the next Great American Guitar Builder on the website. We'll see you guys next time.
Click subscribe. It's really important because you can enter yourself for a chance to win that awesome guitar. Just go
Gotta
back and
be
watch the video.
subscribed.
Have to subscribe and you have to answer one of the questions there. And there's a secret one in there too. That's just for giggles, but you do make it to a short list sometimes.
Sure. Never know.
And the algorithm does things. That's it. I'm leaving. Bye.